The outside of the museum building, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, the third floor. Well, the last of it. Oh. Huh. Some doctor stuff. Books. Check out the spikes on that bed. All things that time forgot. There's another one of those butter churns. Wow. A lot of sewing things. Cotton was the big thing in this country back then. I don't see so much cotton around here anymore. Look how tiny these little shoes are. That was a wedding dress. She sure wasn't very big. Neat looking top hat. For a woman, of course, but not many women wore top hats, I don't think. Like the picture there of the riverboat and the Spanish moss. Seems to be the theme of the town and the lake, which is absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, that's going to conclude the museum. I want to encourage all of you to come to Jefferson, Texas. This is truly a town that time forgot. Second story to the museum. There's the jail where they kept the prisoners, await the trial. This is the marshal's office. Old slick fork saddle. Surveying equipment, apparently. Old maps. Different things. Old roll top desk is pretty common back in the day. How the finer things in life. Look how tall his ceiling is, man. That's unreal. It's got to be a 20-foot ceiling. All kinds of sculptures and fancy chairs, tapestries, fancy dresses. All kinds of important people. Some of the things I found pretty amazing was this chair. Let me back up so I can get a full picture of it. That chair, is that cool or what? An old dress. Well, look at this guy, three-sided chair. I ain't never seen nothing like that. So anyway, show you some more of this museum. I got another one of these single back chairs. I guess they were popular back in the 1800s, 1700s. But here's something I also noticed. I've never seen a piano with built-in candle stands. Yeah, never seen that, and I've been to a few museums. But have to kind of point out some things. Here's something I thought was interesting. At first, I didn't know what the hell this thing was. It's actually a piece of driftwood. Yeah, I know, that's what I said. But all kinds of things in here to see. I love these old museums. Of course, I love history. Now we'll go in here to where the Native American room is. The Caddo Indians, of course it's Caddo Lake, so the Caddo Indians occupied this country from, I don't know, they said 700 years ago that they were known to be here. So I would say that that was quite a fair time to be occupying somewhere. Talks about all the warriors, past and present. I'll highlight this one young man right here. Went off to Iraq. He died for his country. Hats off to you. More pottery. Of course, beadwork. Pretty cool. We're here in Jefferson, Texas at the Historical Museum. And it's once again very surprising. Way more stuff in here than I ever dreamed was going to be in here. Talks about a riverboat, the Maddie Stevens, how she burned. But what really gets me about this place, you're in Jefferson, Texas on the Caddo River. And they talk about steamships that were going from New Orleans to Shreveport to Jefferson, Texas, and how Jefferson, Texas, which is a fairly small town now, was one of the 6th largest cities in Texas. I find that amazing. And there's so much to see and do in this little town. We got an RV park for 7 days. And we've already got 5 days worth of stuff planned. It's amazing what you can find in some of these little towns. But to get back to the riverboat thing, this was cotton country. There was a lot of cotton here. And they shipped it out to New Orleans on riverboats. Friends, I'm here to tell you, everything, all the water around here are little tiny creeks. So at one time, they were all rivers that you could put a steamboat on, big enough to put 107 people on a steamboat. Wow. It blows my mind that these little creeks around here were once large rivers. It talks about the Missouri River, the Red River, Caddo Lake. Just amazing at how that could all come. Look at these little bottles, for example. They have round bottoms on them. And they were made here in Jefferson, Texas. They had a place where they made the bottles. Absolutely fantastic, all of this stuff. You know, butter churn. So much of this stuff. This thing is a guillotine rat trap. Man, who'd ever thought of that? This is once the desk. Lady Bird Johnson and her daughter, Linda Bird Johnson, Rob. That was her desk. And this was actually a steam engine. And there's just a multitude of things in here. And you say one museum is like another. I beg to differ. I've seen stuff in here I have never seen before. Yeah, and I've been to a lot of museums. Saddle collections. Shoes. Back when I had a leather shop, I had one of these stitching ponies. Put your leather in here and you can stitch it together. Down here, the foot thing locks it in tight. Of course, we've got all the tools that people have donated and brought in. Here's a little blacksmith shop. I used to have a little forge like that, little hand crank forge. I used to go to reenactments and be the blacksmith. This is a butter churn. This is a rocker churn for making butter. All the cooking stuff. This glass roller. Used to have a cap that went on that end. You filled it with full of ice, and then the dough wouldn't stick to it. Very ingenious for the times. Absolutely fantastic. But an amazing place to see.